Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming a fun chitty chatty video. We are gonna roast some makeup launches from 2021 from different collaborations. So if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts on a bunch of stuff, from ice cream to hot sauce to princesses to Crocs, oh my gosh, we've got it all here. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. I am wearing the new mini Biba palette from Natasha Denona. So if you've been on the fence about it, highly recommend checking out the video. That'll be linked down below. I did go down this rabbit hole because I was honestly just plain curious, and I made a list. I made a very, very long list of all of the collaborations with different IPs that I had spotted on like Trend Mood and Beauty News and stuff like that. And you guys, I have 87 launches, and I know I missed some. So these all came out in 2021, and honestly, it got me thinking like how wild this really is. Like 87 collaborations. Some are with the same IP, like Hello Kitty had like 3 or 4 different collaborations with like 3 or 4 different brands this year. Some brands they've already done round 1 with, and they were doing round 2. Like, it's wild. We had 4 Makeup Revolution and Friends collections. I feel like Makeup Revolution's coming out with a new collaboration every freaking week. So I'm gonna stop blabbering. I did try to categorize them by some of the big brands, and then I also did like little collaborations here and there. So let's talk about Colourpop really quick. Just Colourpop alone, I have about 12 collections written down. So I know I missed some, but let's talk about them. So we had Colourpop and Animal Crossing. I didn't end up using any of the palettes I bought from that collection. I did grab them, and then I think I ended up decluttering them to friends because I knew I wasn't going to make a video. I did skip on the Bambi one. I thought this one was just not for me because I wasn't a fan of the movie, but from what I had heard other people say, it was very true to like the vibe of the movie, and I think that's what's like really important when it comes to IP collaborations. Then we had, of course, Hocus Pocus. I did end up buying that palette, but I know a lot of you said that you were not impressed with round 2. They also did round 1 last year, so again, like I said, there's a reoccurring theme here with stuff like, will they do round 3? That's going to be interesting. And then a lot of you, because I did ask on Instagram, what were like the weird collaborations you saw? A lot of you mentioned the Colourpop and NBA collab. I feel like this was probably one of the more original collaborations I had seen because I mean, like, it does get really boring to collab with Disney, like, over and over. And I wasn't planning on buying any of the NBA collab palettes, but these went on sale, and so then I was like, okay, let me grab it, because it's a green palette. So this is their Boston Celtics palette, and I think this looks really beautiful. I can't wait to play with it. Now, Colourpop did do some really beautiful green palettes this year, so, I mean, did I need this? No, but of course I bought it, because why not? So that collection, a lot of you mentioned as a weird one. I also did end up buying the Powerpuff Girls palette. I haven't used that yet, but I did swatch it in a Colourpop swatch party. Like I mentioned, Hello Kitty has done so many, and they did collab with Colourpop, I think, for round 2 this year. There was also the Lizzie McGuire collab, which I did buy because I loved the Lizzie McGuire movie. Nightmare Before Christmas I did buy as well. Rudolph I bought, Tinkerbell I bought, and then Star Wars 2 I bought, as well as the Barbie one. So I was going to roast the ones I didn't like, but I also wanted to mention the ones that I did end up purchasing just because I wanted this to be a very thorough video and kind of like a little trip down memory lane for 2021. I used to film a video every year where I went through every Colourpop collection that launched in that year, but since Colourpop is basically launching something every week, I really don't want to do the research on that video anymore. Yeah, we're doing this instead. Okay. So then we head on over to HipDot, and I swear HipDot's done more collections than this, but these are the ones I saw. So I saw HipDot and Peeps, HipDot and Clueless, HipDot and Tapatio round 2, Addams Family, and then they did a collection with Hasbro. So they did a Monopoly palette, a Ouija palette, and a Play-Doh palette, which I feel like all of those collections have gotten extensively roasted here on YouTube because honestly, they are decent collections, like as far as I feel like they do stick very true to the brands that they're collaborating with or like the intellectual property that they're collaborating with. But I mean, who wants any of this. Like, did any of you guys buy any of these palettes? Especially like the ones from HipDot and Makeup Revolution. I really, really want to know, because I feel like they do so much. It has to get overwhelming at some point. There's also a Reese's collab they did. They also did a collaboration with Hello Kitty. And then another one you guys mentioned in my question box was their collaboration with Blockbuster, which I honestly thought was last year, but I did look and it was actually a collection that they launched this year. So yeah, you guys were on top of it. You were not letting them get away with that boring ass Blockbuster palette. Like, I get it. I get nostalgia. Listen, I am almost 33 here and I love all this throwback stuff, but we're like really clawing at the seams here when we see a Blockbuster collaboration, like a failed business that basically used to be video rentals. Like, is buying that palette gonna somehow make you like yearn for Blockbuster? Like, no. Anyway, so here are some of the collaborations I just saw with random brands. So I know a lot of you had mentioned the MAC X Sims palette. Oh my gosh, like, I don't play video games, but my husband does, and I know a lot about The Sims just because, like, Angie plays video games, and again, Rel plays video games, so I know it's supposed to be very colorful, and you can, like, create your characters. You can basically be whoever you want to be, and I think I remember vaguely Angie mentioning that in Sims you can, like, pick out characters' makeup, so I know she was disappointed, and I was disappointed for her, because as a gamer, I feel like people really like wait for these like really interesting collaborations to come through, and then you get this neutral palette that already existed in Mac's lineup with blue packaging that says Sims, and you're supposed to be okay? Like, what? Who asked for that? Anyway, the next one, this was funny because I definitely forgot about this, and it's the Too Faced Better Than Sex Social Stars BFF collaboration, and this is like the only one that isn't an IP that I wanted to mention because I just thought it was so funny. Basically, they gave like 5 influencers the chance to design packaging for their best-selling Better Than Sex mascara, which is so weird. And I don't know if anybody bought this. I'm surprised we haven't seen this collection on sale. Maybe they gave it away. I don't know. Maybe they donated it to people in need. I have no idea who bought this collection, but it did happen in 2021. We also have a few different Urban Decay ones. So the two that I remember is Urban Decay and Prince, which they got super roasted for by Prince fans, saying that the makeup was boring. And of course, in true Urban Decay style, both of these palettes are on sale now. So Urban Decay and Prince was on sale, and then Urban Decay and Eternals. I'm sure you're going to be finding those palettes in your local TJ Maxx very, very soon. There was also a few Ciate collaborations. So there was Ciate Edna Mode, which I thought was super cute. Edna Mode kind of reminds me of my mom because she has straight hair and wears the thick glasses. And I was like, should I get this? And then I'm like, Karen, no, stop. So I passed on that. And then there was a Ciate collaboration. Again, not an IP, but this person is an enigma. She is a character on the show Selling Sunsets. I guess she's a real person. She's not a character, but she's not really an actor. She's on a reality TV show with Netflix, and she has a makeup collection with Ciate. Like, I don't know if some reality TV stars are just offering really low rates for collaborations. So brands like Ciate are like, okay, you're not like A-list, you're not like B-list, you're like in the shallow kiddie pool, so I'm gonna grab you and do a collection with you. Would love to see the numbers on how the sales work with that collection. No shade to Christina Quinn, but, oh, that's her name. It's Christina Quinn. I wrote, you guys, I can't even read my own handwriting sometimes. Anyway, okay, the next one that was such a fail was the Coach collaboration with Sephora. I've seen these things on the Sephora sales page. I just did a video where I was talking about the Sephora sale because there's a sale on the sale now, so you get an extra 20% off the sale price, which is usually a good time to pick up some of the things that are on there. So I talked about some of the hidden gems in the sale section, and a lot of the good stuff is sold out, which was really annoying. So check out that video if you're interested. But this Coach collection, the eyeshadow palettes look like they were only going to work for like an NC. What is the lightest MAC shade? Like, that was who was going to be able to wear this eyeshadow palette, the face palette. I mean, I have some Coach purses because I feel like Coach is making a bit of a comeback. as far as the purse category goes, but they should not try to do makeup. They should not be pushing their luck. They should just stick to what they're kind of okay at. Okay, next we have the Morphe and Mickey Mouse collection. There was a NYX and Money Heist collaboration. A lot of you didn't know what Money Heist was. It's like a Spanish TV show that is available on Netflix. I've heard it's really good. I was gonna say you guys would be surprised at how fast the time goes by, but I feel like a lot of you know, because a lot of you have been telling me like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. And some days I don't know where the time goes because I try to film when Freya's sleeping, like she's asleep right now in my beauty room. And you know, whenever I have like pockets of time to film, I try to knock out a few videos. And yeah, I just don't have time to watch TV. I just finished watching season 1 of Witcher, and I was kind of like watching it while I was doing other stuff. So don't ask me any trick questions, but I wanted to watch it so that I could watch season 2 with my husband because he loves the game and he loves the show. So anyway, oh my gosh, I'm like sidetrack city today, and I'm only at the collaboration number 43. Also, this video is going to be an editing nightmare because I want to insert pictures of all of these collaborations. So I hope you guys at least leave me a comment and give this video a thumbs up because it's going to be a lot of work, okay? And I'm really trying here. Okay, so the next collaboration was the Ulta X Pixar collection. Oh my gosh, and they also collabed with Gilmore Girls. See? I told you this list isn't thorough. So Ulta collabed with Pixar, so they did a Toy Story collection, a Monsters Inc. collection, and a Nemo collection. So I like that they did like Nemo and Toy Story and Monsters Inc. because I don't think any of those movies have had like makeup collections before. Correct me if I'm wrong. I would actually love to see Colourpop do Pixar because, I mean, a Monsters Inc. palette by Colourpop would be really cute, I think. And like I said earlier, I forgot to mention the Gilmore Girls collection. I was really excited because I definitely was one of those people that grew up watching Gilmore Girls, but let's be real, makeup was not the focus of that particular show. So it was very, very neutrally, very bleh makeup. So as far as the collaboration, I was excited, but as far as what they actually delivered, total snooze fest in my humble opinion. Next, there was a Illamasqua and Amy Winehouse collaboration. I remember talking about this in a new makeup releases video, but I never saw what actually came out. And then when I was doing research for this video, I did see what came out, so you'll be seeing it on the screen now. And I mean, kind of boring, right? Next, there was a Hello Kitty and Shamara collection. I believe they are very expensive brands, so I've never even shopped. I don't even know where you can get them, maybe like Selfridges, but cute collection. I don't know who bought it, definitely not me. I did buy the Morphe and Sour Patch collection because I love sour candy. I don't actually like Sour Patch Kids. I like other sour candies and I love gummies, whereas other people love chocolate, and I feel like brands are always collabing with chocolate, like Hershey, mostly just Hershey, and like ice cream brands, and I never get like a sour collection. So I got so excited and I bought it, and I did film a video, and I have had some good luck with Morphe palettes this year, but the Sour Patch eyeshadow palette was a total abort mission, so would not recommend it. And I really wish they had done better quality on that eyeshadow palette because I feel like it would have been a promising collaboration. I think a lot of people actually really like the Beauty Bay and Disney collab because they did it kind of different. They did 5 palettes total and there's 6 pans per palette. I think everything's all matte, and they basically just did different scenes from different vintage movies, and they color matched all the eyeshadows to the different scenes in those movies. I know I have a few friends that have been raving about those palettes. I'm definitely tempted, but I know I'll never get to them, so I'm passing on that. But I feel like that was one that doesn't deserve to be roasted. We also had like Morphe x Lisa Frank round 2 or 3 or 5, I don't know. There's a lot of psychedelic Lisa Frank stuff. I also saw a nail polish collaboration with her, I think with like OPI or something, but super duper weird. I totally missed that whole phase when I was growing up. I know a lot of people grew up with like the Lisa Frank Trapper Keepers, I think that's what they're called. Didn't have any of that when I was growing up, so I don't know. I cannot relate to that whole situation. Next, we had a few celebrity collaborations. So BH Cosmetics collabed with Doja Cat and Iggy Azalea, and those were like back-to-back launches, so kind of weird, but you know, whatever. I did skip on the Iggy collaboration, but I did try the Doja Cat palette, and I honestly was not interested. I will say if you're picking between that one or their Christmas collection, I would highly recommend checking out their holiday collection palette. The big one is on sale right now, so it's really, really good, and I just love the good BH formula, and that holiday palette is where it's at. Next, we had Uma Beauty collabing with Coming to America. Do you guys remember this collection? Oh my gosh, it was very colorful, but not anything I was interested in. We also had Sally Hansen collabing with Mentos. Yep, we had a nail polish brand collab with Hard Candy. Doesn't make any sense. We've got Violet Voss and Care Bears. Wet n Wild collabed with Saved by the Bell and Little Twin Stars. We also had Smashbox collabing with Suicide Squad. I feel like that collaboration did not get any hype. Let's not forget the Wet n Wild SpongeBob collaboration. That one was really cute. I actually did grab that palette and tried it out. It was very, very cute. We had NYX and Tetris, Elf and Chipotle. Chipotle. I love Chipotle. I know it's so basic. And sometimes Chipotle makes you Chipotle, but you know what? I still love Chipotle, and I thought that collection was really cute. So we had a bunch of makeup eraser collaborations. They did Nickelodeon, they did SpongeBob, they did Disney. Oh my gosh, there were so many mini collaborations with like the mini makeup erasers, and I don't know, I thought they were pretty silly, but you know, that's me. I think one of the silliest collaborations, and you guys mentioned this in my question box too, was Benefit x Crocs. I still don't understand. I think it was Crocs collabing with Benefit because I don't think Benefit actually launched anything, but Crocs launched like these pink glitter Crocs with like the Bidgets, whatever the fuck they're called, that were like Benefit logos and stuff. It was fucking weird, okay? So pass on that. And then somebody in my question box also mentioned the expensive Monopoly collaboration, and I was like, oh, I remember that, but I couldn't remember the brand. So I actually Googled it, and it was Monopoly collabing with Bobbi Brown, and I think that was like an Asian exclusive, so I don't think that one ever came to the US, but how weird was that? Next, we had Glamlite and Icy, and I just wrote that down because I had recently tried that, and that collection is actually really bomb. So if you're interested, I would recommend it. We also had two collaborations for Emily in Paris. They collabed with Spectrum Brush and the brand Lancome. So not interested, but here we are. One that hasn't come out yet is Pat McGrath and Bridgerton. I am so excited for that. And then we have Light Slacker collabing with Friends. She also collabed with Sol de Janeiro to do a yellow shade that was the color of their packaging. We had Alamar collabing with Ensenado. I still can't say the name of that collaboration, but I will post a picture for you guys. Besame did a Disney collection where they did a compact every month. They only made like 150 compacts or like 250 compacts that were priced at 150 or something. All I know, it was very expensive, very hard to get. People were losing their minds over that collection. House of Solange and Wonder Woman. I feel like that collaboration's happened a few times, but I did see something to that effect. We also had Profusion collabing with Mean Girls. I know Spectrum also did a collaboration with Mean Girls. Spectrum is like the HipDot of the brush scene. They have so many IP collaborations. I honestly could have done a whole video just on that. So excited for Mean Girls and Profusion. I did buy the big palette, and then they did a Halloween collection as well, and that one was a total snooze fest. So I would love for somebody to do a really good Mean Girls collection because I feel like there's a lot of potential there. I feel like I'm thinking of Colourpop, but I feel like Colourpop does too much. So somebody else pick that up and make me a solid Mean Girls palette, please. Okay, next we have Kylie, and she did Nightmare on Elm Street. Everybody was excited for that for Halloween. We also had Sigma and Cinderella. I think that one was actually one of the best Disney collections of 2021. So many people are dying to get their hands on that palette. This is kind of random, but Hello Kitty did collab with insert name here. In case you guys have never heard of that brand, they actually do like hair extensions and like ponytails and things like that. Very cool concept for a brand, just because I feel like affordable like wigs and stuff is really fun because people love to change their hair without actually going and dyeing their hair. So I love that they did the Hello Kitty collection, but also kind of weird, right? Okay, Orly, that's who Lisa Frank collabed with. We had Estee Lauder collab with Disney. Honestly, I didn't hear about this, but I did see it, so I wanted to talk about it. And then Elf collabed with like 3 international musicians, I think. So they did the Electric Mood collection. Morphe collabed with Coca-Cola multiple times. Besame collabed with Monroe, Rugrats and Funko, and Taste of Beauty NYC. I still remember that collection. It was super duper weird. I don't know who bought it, but it did happen. I know HipDot is teasing a Rugrats collection, so I don't think that's out yet, but I'm very, very curious to see. Ulta collabed with WandaVision. I remember Angie almost got canceled because she said, I think she said she didn't like the collection or something in a new makeup releases video. And then we also had a Maybelline collection with Sailor Moon. I've never watched Sailor Moon, but I feel like they were coming for the anime lovers coin. So that is it. I went over like 80 something IP collections. I know I missed some. So if you thought of any that I missed, leave a comment down below because I think it'll be so fun to hear your thoughts on these bizarre, absolutely strange IP collections that brands did in 2021. So that is it for this video. Kind of a random one, but I was curious and I wanted to roast some of these launches. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and thank you guys for sticking with me, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye guys.